Happy New Year, guys, and I'm back with another little blog post, another little video post, or whatever you call it. And these guys are the Iron Fists. And as you can see, it's just something I've made up over Christmas. I just thought I'd share it with you guys. And as of now, these guys are ready to be downloaded and printed off and made. You do whatever you want with, basically. So yeah, these guys are the Iron Fists. I'll give you a bit of background. They are an elite unit for the Alancian army. They work for the Ombudsman, so they're not actually part of the Alancian army. They just kind of work alongside them. So they answer to the Ombudsman, and the Ombudsman answer in turn to the people. So if the people, or if Alancia ever gets a tyrant or a dictator or whatever, the marshals and the elite form of marshals, which these guys are, the Iron Fists, would rise up and then basically kick them out, kill them or whatever, and restore order back to the Alancians. And so yeah, so that's what they're all about. I'll just change the picture here a little bit for you. As you can see, this is a close-up of them, and here's a picture of them behind. And yeah, and as you can see, their main weapon is a great big warhammer. They have a sidearm. These guys are the elite form of the marshals, and they get their name from the iron fist that they carry into battle. So they've got that as well, and they're heavily armed. So they've got 4 toughness. They're an elite unit, so they've got a decent combat rating, and they wear heavy armor. So they can take most damage. They do 1 to 2 points worth of damage in combat. They've got 2 attacks. We've been game testing them for a while now, so these aren't quite. They might be new to. They might be new models, but actually they're about a year old now. So we've been game testing them for a while. They do really well in combat. They don't just run away. They've got an extra dice towards deviancy checks, so if they have to reform or do some sort, it's meant because they're really good at taking orders and doing the right thing. They're all meant to be. They're actually chosen from the Alancian army to become a marshal, and they only choose those who generally have quite a good heart. They generally go for those who are quite virtuous, and they're the ones that make up the marshals, and in turn they make up the Iron Fists. So these guys are kind of not only elite, but they're very honourable men, and that's what they're meant to represent. They're meant to be very, very honourable. Anyway, so going back to what I was talking about before, yeah, they perform really well in combat. They always seem to be the last, even if you're losing a game, they always seem to be the last guys to break ranks and flee for their lives. And the one thing I really like about them is that they always hurt the enemy, no matter who you put against them, apart from high agility targets. Say if a dragon crashed into it or a giant crashed into them, they would hurt. They might lose the combat, but they would knock a few life points worth of damage on that target before they broke and run away. They might even defeat it and destroy them. They would quite happily kill a giant in about 3 turns. As for weaknesses, they do have a few weaknesses, mainly coming from their great big warhammer. In free planes you do suffer from endurance, so they can fight for 4 turns and then they'll start to suffer from fatigue, or exhaustion as it's called in the game. And the other thing is that they're sluggish because of the great big warhammers they carry. And this means that anything with an agility save will double up their save against these guys. So they're actually no good at fighting things like fairies, war dogs, little hoarder units with high agility saves, tabers and things like that. They're no good at fighting against. You're much better off fighting them against, or pitting them against orcs, chariots, cavalry. But generally they always perform really well in battle. Anyway, I hope you like these guys. They're free and available to download. Just look at the link below. If you like this video or you like what I'm doing, give it a like or share it, and have a really good Happy New Year, guys. Alright then, take care and thank you for watching. Goodbye.